Keep it going right now for the very funny Ron Nobles!
Hi, guys. Hi. What's up, Chattanooga? Nice. I've waited my whole career to say that. Nice. How you guys doing? It's like, I thought my aunts were sitting here. I'm chilling in my parents' living room right now. Are you about to ask me when I'm getting married? It's about time, don't you think? Aunts are in the house. Nice of you guys to call. They look like everybody's aunts right now, don't they? Could you give me another cocktail? I'm having a good time here on Christmas. So before I made it as a famous comic, I was a teacher. Yeah, all right, cool. Some people like teachers, but that's all right. Chet doesn't give a shit. You were literally shaking your head. Yeah, no, we don't give a fuck about that. You what? Yeah, I have seen what they pay them. That's why I don't do that shit anymore. Although, you ought to see what they pay comics, all right? I thought that shit was bad too until I made the switch, all right? That's all I'm going to tell you. Any guesses? Aunt Kathy, what do you think? What kind of teacher do you think I was? PE, you see, the special ed. All right. Both good. No, but Aunt Sharon said the answer I get most often. She said PE. Yep, gym teacher. That's what I get almost every. Look at all of you nodding your heads. Yes. Yep. Gym teacher. Yep, I know. You thought so too. Oh, it's the hoodie. All right. See, because I'm not sure, right? Because like when people tell you that you look like a gym teacher, it can mean two things, right? Like it could mean like, man, I must be in some good shape, right? Or it just means I look like a dumbass, right? That's the one, thanks a lot. I got my cousins on the other side of the room over here, apparently. And Sharon, can you reel your daughter in over here? What's going on? Thanks a lot to my cousin. No, a lot of audience are like, no, you look like you're in good shape. You're like, no, it's the second one. You look like a dumbass. Yeah. It actually got annoying. I remember when I was teaching, I would like tell people, like, yeah, I'm a teacher. You'd be like, oh, gym teacher? And I wasn't, guys. I was a technology teacher. That's some nerdy shit, right, sir? Oh, yeah, nerdy shit, you know? I would tell people that. I'd be like, no, I'm a technology teacher. And then they would say back to me, oh, yeah, I'm sure they have technology in gym now. I remember like the last person like by the end of my teaching career, people would ask me what I do, and I got so sick of being accused of being a gym teacher that I just lied. I'd be like, no, I work for Google. I remember one time this guy looked at me, he's like, really, they have gym at Google now? A lot of shit at Google, a lot of shit at Google. Teaching was a little bit annoying. Any teachers here tonight? All right, one, nice. This lady girl is about to say her sentence again. Do you see what teachers make? We're not messing with that shit. All right, yeah, teaching sucks, man. You're the teacher back here? Yeah, what grades?
High school.
Oh, high school. All right, that's probably not as bad. See, I was doing middle school. You guys ever deal with those little fuckers? You have one? Yeah, I feel bad for you. At least at 3 o'clock, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. I'm going home, right? You're stuck with that shit all day? Oh, yeah. 12-year-olds are evil, man. They're mean little bastards. You know, when I was teaching, they used to make the kids read bullying books. I wasn't like a how-to guide. It was like, I guess how to avoid it. But you know the problem with schools is like, they don't have any budget, so they don't update shit, you know? And so the book that the kids were reading was like, you know, how to avoid it, but the bully in the book was stealing kids' milk money. That's not how kids get bullied anymore. No, they send disappearing dick pics, right? Isn't that? She's like, yes. Lots of disappearing dick pics, right? Yeah, all I'm saying is it's time to update the books. Like, let's at least make it almond milk, right? Those kids have allergies. They have lots of allergies. Teaching sucked, that was true. You know, it's also changed a lot now. No offense to you over here, Mom. But the teacher is always wrong now, right? Like, my kid would never do anything wrong. This is apparently your fault, right? And the only reason that made me mad was I was jealous. Because when I was a kid, I was always wrong, right? Like, it didn't matter what that teacher said. It was, well, what'd you do to deserve that? And I remember, actually, no lie, one time the gym teacher, this is why I never became a gym teacher, actually. The gym teacher picked me up and slammed me right into the bleachers. I mean, because I was being a little asshole, let's be honest. But I remember one of my buddies was like, yo, you gotta go home and tell your dad he did that. I was like, dude, I'm not gonna go home and tell my dad that shit. Because you know what my dad's gonna ask me? Well, what'd you do to deserve that, right? That's how it used to work, right? Yeah, not anymore, guys, not anymore. But I mean, looking back at it now, I'm kind of glad, nobody ever touched me inappropriately, Because that would have been my dad's first question, right? Well, what'd you do to deserve that? What were you wearing? My cousins like that one. It's funny because at my family gatherings, my parents make me do this exact same shit, so I'm ready for this. I'm good. With you guys chilling in the couches over here. As a teacher, you're something called a mandated reporter. Have you guys ever heard that term? A mandated reporter? You've heard it, I hope, anyways, since you are a teacher. If you guys have never heard this term, what it means is if anything's bad is going to happen to a kid, right, you are required by law to report it to the authorities, no matter what. It doesn't even have to be like a kid in your classroom. There's another name for this. It's called being a decent human being, right? Can you imagine like walking down the street like, man, that kid's about to get hit by a bus. Ugh, if only I was a mandated reporter. Do some shit about that, right? I would do some shit. I stayed at my brother's house. My brother, he's got 4 kids. They're all under the age of 7. Yeah, and they're wackos. I mean, those kids are nuts. They really are. My brother told me they won't sleep at night. You guys ever heard of this shit? He said like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, he'll hear him just up running around the house and shit. He said it got him so mad that he decided, he made a plan. Him and his wife came up with this plan together, guys, all right? See if you like it. What they did is they went to all their kids' bedrooms and they turned their doorknobs around backwards. Love it. You guys all know what this means, right? They're locking their kids in their room at night, right? Just lock them in there. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. That sounds a little intense. Like, why don't you just throw some bars on the door and call it quits, My brother's like, oh, no, you don't want to do that. See, then you'll hear them scream. So my brother might not be a great dad, but he would make an excellent warden, guys. An excellent warden, yeah. But I'll tell you, at the end of the weekend, being a mandated reporter, I was nervous about what was happening in this house. So I sat my brother down. I was like, listen, man, I'm a mandated reporter, all right? And your kids, well, you lock them in their bedrooms at night. But what I'm nervous about is during the day, those little bastards are just free. They're gonna kill somebody in this neighborhood, right? I'm gonna have to report this shit for your neighbor's sake. So you guys want to actually hear how I lost my teaching license, or? I feel like we're getting close, right? My family's here. Time to tell the old teacher license. Honestly, it wasn't my fault, all right? So before we start this story, I just want you to know it wasn't my fault. But I did get invited to a pool party. You guys ever go to pool parties? Yeah, well, you're going to get to a certain age where pool parties all of a sudden are for kids, not the adults. You guys know this? All right, well, I didn't know. But I will tell you this. I spent about 5 hours in the pool drunk with a bunch of like 7 or 8-year-olds, and we had a hell of a time. I mean, a hell of a time. It's good news, guess what? When drunk Ron gets real drunk, he acts like a 7 or 8-year-old, so we're ready, right? I mean, we're having competitions off the diving board and shit, things are going real. The kids love me so much, they all started calling me Uncle Ron. I don't know any of them, Uncle Ron. Till I tried to do the old backflip, off the diving board, a little too drunk, I'll be honest. Smoked my head and just about died, probably this close, right? Anybody in here like a 7 or 8-year-old? Yeah, all right, well, let me give you a little tip. If you want to get them to laugh hysterically, almost die. That's the secret, right? And then they don't shut up about it. You guys know this? Like, oh my gosh, Uncle Ron fell on my boat. Like, Uncle Ron almost drowned. Uncle Ron hit his head. Uncle Ron. I'm like, all right, guys, shut up about this story. It's over. So I finally looked at the kids. I'm like, listen, nobody's allowed to bring that shit up again. We're done, you know? Anyway, we got to the point of the day where everybody sat down to eat. It's getting kind of quiet. And one of those kids is really excited to tell that story. Like, really excited, but he catches himself halfway, you know? He's like, oh my God, something happened in the pool of Uncle Ron, but he said we have to keep it our little secret. Never taught again, guys. I never. That little bastard. That little bastard. Shit. So you into the movies, Aunt Sharon, or what's your favorite movie? Would you say? Fifth Element. Oh, I like that one. That's a funky one. The pink hair and shit. Yeah, Fifth Element. All right, cool. Well, just want you to keep your eyes open because I've been doing a little acting. A little bit of acting, guys. Double threat up here. But I'm actually into method acting. Have you guys heard of this? The method acting? In method acting school, if you're not sure exactly how it works, what you have to do is you get a role, but you have to stay in that role the entire time you're playing the character. You know, sometimes it's like 6 months and shit. Yeah. The reason I say it's cool is because all of a sudden you have a great excuse to act like an asshole, right? It's exciting, right? And people will make the excuse for you, you know. I don't know if you guys remember Heath Ledger. You guys know him? Yeah, Heath Ledger was a method actor. He died while he was in the role of the Joker. And I've heard people make this excuse for him, right? They'd be like, well, it was a very dark role. You know, poor Heath died because he was in that dark role. You guys know? You know how Heath died? Anybody? He was with the Olsen twins, that's correct. We're very excited about the Olsen twins, sir. They were 18 then, I swear, they were 18 then. Yeah, but he OD'd Heath Ledger. And I went and I watched The Dark Knight. You know this? The Joker didn't do drugs once the entire movie, guys, not one time. Right? That's some bullshit. All I'm saying is, like, if Heath Ledger got gunned down because he just robbed a bank, I'd be like, that dude was dedicated to the role, right? Like, he was all in, right? So I think it's a little bit of bullshit. But I'll tell you this, it hasn't worked exactly perfectly for me in my own life either, right? Because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm not quite getting Joker in The Dark Knight yet. You know, my roles are a little, so. My ex-girlfriend, you know, when she found out that I had accidentally cheated on her, she was really pissed. It was like an accident. You know? And so I did. I looked at her. I was like, listen, yes, I did cheat on you. But you have to understand, that's what waiter number 2 would have done. It's method acting, man. Anybody from a small town in here? Small towns? Okay, only one small town person, shit. All right, here they come. I grew up in a small town. I did. Actually, south of Buffalo, New York. Very small town. All right, Buffalo's in the house. It was actually a beautiful trailer park where I grew up. A beautiful trailer park. And we were far from New York City, you know? And I remember, like, we used to think, like, New York City, that shit was, like, glamorous, right? Like, you're gonna move to New York City. That shit is nuts, right? And I remember at 21 years old, I moved to New York City to be a stand-up comedian, you know? I remember my parents drove me all the way out there, 7 hours, all fired up. Got my first apartment in New York City. I don't know if any of you ever been in a New York City apartment, but we walked 8 floors all the way up to that bitch. My parents looked around and my dad just looked so defeated, you know? He's like, ugh, this is nothing but a trailer in the sky. That shit sucks, right? Told me later that my mom cried the whole 7-hour ride home from dropping us off, the entire ride. Which I thought was really cute, you know? I'm like, oh my gosh, she was proud of her baby boy. I go out there and make something of myself. My dad's like, no, that's not the reason she was crying. I'm like, really? Why? Oh my gosh, that neighborhood we left you in was so ghetto that you didn't think you were gonna make it out alive. And I looked at my dad, I was like, and you still left me there? This is what my dad said. He goes, yeah, your mom was begging me to go back, but I didn't want to get stuck in traffic. this, guys. That's all right. So is anybody dating? Are we dating in here? Okay, nobody's dating. All right. One teacher, nobody dates. All right, I go right with you guys. Just tell your jokes, all right? You bastard. That's, my ex, she was Jewish. Yeah, I'm not. Can you tell? No. She was Jewish. So anyways, we started getting a little more serious. We started making some compromises, you know. Like I remember, she's like, you know what? I'm going to start celebrating Christmas for you. And what I had to do is I had to stop watching Mel Gibson movies. Yeah, he hates the Jews, guys. He hates them. And I will admit, like, I was pretty sad when we broke up, you know. But I remember the day after, I was like, hell yeah, Braveheart! Put that shit on, right? She used to make me do dumb shit, dumb dates. Right? You know, did date night. I'm like, oh, man, did date night. Her favorite, apple picking. You guys ever been? They do that shit down here, apple picking? Oh man, that's a nightmare if you live in New York City. If you guys don't know how this works, we gotta get on a train. You gotta go like an hour and a half somewhere out in the middle of nowhere. And then what you get to do, see, is you get to pay some farmer like $40, and then you get to pretend you're a day laborer. Isn't that fun? Yeah, they were running a special the day we went. Yeah. Extra $10, we also got to clean the guy's toilets. It was really exciting. Yeah. She also took me to haunted houses. You guys do that shit? You guys into the haunted house? Oh yeah, it's a serious one down here? Oh shit, I'm not doing that. No, because I don't understand the haunted house, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure the concept is you're going to pay somebody some money, right? And they're going to go ahead and drag an emotion out of you that you've spent your entire life trying to avoid. What a great business plan, right? Like what? No, I've jumped in the game, guys. I'd love for you to come to my sad house. It's really fun. Just pay me $20, I'll jump out of nowhere. Ha ha, your grandma died. Next turn I'll be there. You never even got to say goodbye to her. Right before you leave, I'll jump out one more time. Ha ha, you can't make your girlfriend come. Well, there's nothing sadder than that, guys. There's nothing sadder than my cousins agree with that one big time. That shit is sad. That shit is sad. Yo, you guys have been so awesome. Thank you so much, Chattanooga. Have a good night.